And staying with the race for the White House, over 840,000 people have voted early on Monday, setting a new record in Texas. The biggest turnouts were seen in largely blue-leaning urban areas. Over 125,000 voters cast their ballot in Harris County, home to Houston, Texas' largest city. Travis County also set a new record for early voting with a major Democratic push seen in Austin. Thousands also voted in Bexar as San Antonio saw a big turnout from blue voters, with many having to wait hours to cast their ballot. Large turnouts were also witnessed in Dallas and Fort Bend. Now, it's worth noting that the high number of early voting was also witnessed in counties that have a sizable blue-leaning population. In fact, President Joe Biden beat Donald Trump in these very same counties during the 2020 presidential election. In an attempt to energize the Democratic voter base, Vice President Kamala Harris will host a massive rally in Houston on Friday. The vice president will be joined by women who have been impacted by the state's extreme abortion bans after Texas overturned Roe v. Wade in 2022. This will be the Democratic presidential nominee's first stop in Texas since she clinched her party's nomination more than 2 months ago. However, Kamala Harris does face strong opposition from MAGA supporters and evangelical Christians in a state that is considered ground zero for Donald Trump.
I think most Bible-believing Christians are concerned that our families are not being protected, that children, we're having to fight for our rights to protect children from pornography, to protect children from gender modification surgeries, to protect the unborn. I think it's extremely concerning, the issues that are being pushed out by the Democratic Party. Specifically, their main talking point right now is abortion rights. That's all they're running on. And I think the American people are not there.
Either be one or two things. Either going to be some kind of judgment on our nation because we have gone so far away from God and what the Bible actually has to say about a number of different issues. Or two, there'll be a great revival that takes place. And I don't know which has to happen first. Maybe the judgment happens before we have some kind of revival.
Now, Donald Trump has only made one visit to Texas since this election cycle began. Still, the former president enjoys large support from Texans who back his conservative stance on abortion as well as his hardline policies on border security. Republicans have won Texas in each of the last 10 presidential elections, and Donald Trump won the state in 2020 with a margin of just 5.5 points. However, a new trend shows that counties with large suburban populations are shifting towards Democrats, and a state has been, until recently, overwhelmingly conservative. With its 40 electoral college votes, a presidential shift in Texas would be seismic. But more than just at the presidential level, a closer than expected U.S. Senate race in the Lone Star State is pushing Texas to the forefront in the waning days of the election. The outcome could shift the balance of power in Congress, and Harris's visit, she hopes, will do just that.
Firstpost decodes the U.S. election, explains how America chooses its president. Your primer on the race to the White House. Everything you need to know about how America votes and its global implications. U.S. Election Explained, every Monday and Thursday only on Firstpost.